Yo, it's that thing, Accent Core. No, not the Accent Core. That's the thing 2 Overture, episode 9. I'm Kevin. I'm
I don't
Kevin.
know. Well, you might need to fix the name because we keep doing that like every
I think
week.
that's the bit. Because it's
It's
been
a good bit.
it's like the idea, like I think the idea is still solid because because Guilty Gear Overture is the Guilty Gear 2 is just a weird tower defense RTS game and not
Yeah.
Guilty Gear. But like, yeah. So before the podcast, I made Nolan watch the new trailer that came out today for Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah. Great. I like everything about it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
like on board.
I like the age. I like the art style.
I think
I like hearing their little voices crack. I'm like, damn,
it's
okay, awesome.
really good. I actually, and I also really like. I think the jokes. There was like 2 jokes in that There's a couple like lines and gags that like got a chuckle. Like I really like the scene where like Raph's scythe hits Donnie, and then they all start
Yeah.
like freaking out like a kid would if that happened.
Yeah.
They're just like, "Oh no!"
Oh no! Oh gosh! No, no, you're okay. You're okay. Don't cry. Don't cry.
It's because it's that scene where you and your friends are doing something stupid, and then someone gets hurt, and you're like, "Oh no!" It's not the other person in hurt that's in the worst. It's like, are we in trouble
In
now?
trouble?
I don't want to be in trouble. Please, please,
I
no. We
love
can't.
that.
We can't. We can't. Splinter's gonna be mad.
Don't tell dad. Don't tell dad. All right. I'm crying too. Oh, we're both hurt. No.
Oh man.
Oh fuck!
But
I
yeah, like
love
that
that.
that trailer looks phenomenal.
That looks great. I actually went to see more of that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are like the Spider Versification is like the new like kind of art style, but like I like that
Yeah.
better than like the fake.
DreamWorks Merc.
I
Yeah.
like fake Spider Verse more than fake Pixar
Yeah.
any day of the week.
Yeah, really. Like, oh man, Puss in Boots looks so good, and that's all it's doing.
Yo, that Ninja Turtle, like we were talking about the Ninja Turtle, that movie looks
Right.
really good.
Yep. I don't know. It feels like a better iteration of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Oh
Turtles
yeah.
Yeah.
style. I just hate how they look in that show.
Well, I think it's the movie like took the elements I liked of Rise of the whatever, where it's just giving them different body shapes, but they like toned it way down
Yeah.
to the point where I'm like, okay, you can still see like Mikey is shorter and rounder, Raph is bigger and bulkier, but not like too hyper exaggerated extreme.
He's not Tubby Mora.
No,
Yeah.
you don't have like you don't have like it's like in Sonic Boom, I liked when Knuckles was slightly taller and bigger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but not like if Knuckles was like in Rise of the TMNT, Knuckles would be like wide as a fridge and 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a little much, but I like it. I like the tone. Yeah. Also, Drew, we're just going on trailers. I did
Yeah, I
watch
figured.
the Sisu trailer.
You didn't?
I did.
Oh, it's man, that's
Yo, they
so I
make.
don't think that movie's gonna be good, but I'm gonna enjoy all of it because it's just gonna be Nazis getting
Oh,
murdered
it,
for an
it it
hour.
reminds me of if someone wanted to make the adaptation of the new Wolfenstein games,
Oh yeah.
which is like that tone is what those games were. Of here's the dude and he's gonna kill these Nazis super hard,
Yep.
and it's
Controversial standpoint these days.
oh, it shouldn't be. You can always
Could
support.
not be.
I always support
Yep.
killing Nazis. Nazis are the
Yep.
perfect villain.
Listen, violence is never the answer unless you're persecuting violence on Nazis.
No, because you can listen. Nazi is a choice. You chose to. You
Yep.
chose that.
You chose to do it, and you
you-
chose to be out and loud and proud about it.
So you get.
So
You're getting it. But yeah,
Yep.
like that
Shout out
movie.
You're allowed to be hit with a mine in the face.
Yeah,
yep, you're allowed
exploded.
to be ran over on your parade.
you get you get you get pickaxed. But yeah, like that's the tone was.
We're saying in a movie.
No, I'm saying in real
Yeah,
life,
in real life.
fuck
No, I'm
Nazis.
fine.
Fuck Nazis.
I'm fine against. You can kill a Nazi. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
No,
Okay.
that's my official
yeah.
stance. If
They
someone,
have to
if
know that they
someone,
will not be tolerated here.
if we get to the point where I'm being brought up on defamation for wishing violence upon Nazis, then we have lost super hard.
Yep.
We have lost like beyond hard. If like the Luftwaffe or whatever coming to my
How
house,
dare they talk about
I'm
us
like,
like that? We are
oh
just
no.
American citizens.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no. But yeah, like it reminded me, the tone of that was like the Wolfenstein game, except it's done in like a movie instead of a video game. So obviously you're not gonna have like the robot battle. Like it's not gonna go to the
I'd want
extent
to.
it's. Well, save it for the sequel. But like
Yeah.
you're not gonna get to that. Like you're not gonna fight Hitler's moon base like you did in Wolfenstein.
No, that's movie 3.
Yeah, that's the movie. No, movie 3 is you gotta fight them on Mars.
It's like, oh no, sir, they've gotten your gold all the way to the Nazi palace in Munich.
Yeah, they're gonna get them.
Any upgrades? Now he has
For
2
those-
pickaxes.
For those who don't know, Sisu is a Finnish film about a prospector who hits the mother lode, and then Nazis steal his gold.
Yeah,
or I
like,
guess try to steal his gold.
it's a very good trailer because like the trailer
Yeah, it
starts
is.
off, you think it's gonna be like a grim western, and then the Nazis show up, and you're like, oh, this is what this movie is.
Yep. It's already out in Finland.
Oh. Yeah, but when's it gonna be here?
April 28th. So, sorry, Mario, you got competition for
yeah.
April box office.
This feels like the kind of movie that's gonna show up on Tubi.
Yep, I love Tubi.
Thank you, Tubi. I'll watch it when it shows up inevitably on Tubi.
I want to just start putting B movies on in the background while I'm working from home. Exploitation films.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some
that's
of
like a
those
good blaxploitation.
some of those those free ad supported like streaming services.
Disconnected.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's Larry. He's
I
coming
can
back.
still hear you. It's okay. Well, I was just gonna say
Free movies.
those free movie streaming services that I use kind of a lot, because like whenever me and my dad want to watch an old show or like a western, that's where you gotta go. Like you wanna watch Perry Mason, you gotta go on Freevee. You wanna watch the Steve McQueen western Wanted Dead or Alive, which is pretty good. It's pretty solid little show, but you gotta watch it on like the Pluto TV. I feel like
The one that throws me off is Fubi, because I always want to think Fubi is free, but it's not free.
is that the one where like it's like cable, but you gotta pay for it, but they're trying to like
So it's like cable, yes.
yeah, it's like they're trying to give like the whatever. I don't know. Listen, cable ain't good enough if you want to pay for it. No dice. I'll watch that like 2-minute ad because you're giving me like some show from 60 years ago on demand. That's the kind of I'm like, yeah, okay.
The option is to either watch it like this or buy a $30 collection.
It's an inevitable bootleg. Like at this point, this show, like there's some of those shows are like in literal rights hell. There was like one where like it was sold in a bundle to a company in India that then went bankrupt, and so now it's like gone.
It's like who literally owns this now?
Like
and
no
so
one.
to me, the answer is no one. So if you can find it online, that's
the
best
problem
you can do.
is that you can. I don't want to watch like the Nick at Night rip.
Watch tvlandonline.io.
Yeah. They're gonna have like Andy Griffith and a Golden Girl. No, or is it like Andy and Barney instead of Naruto and Sasuke up there?
Oh yeah.
Now, Barn, I'm gonna use my Sharingan. No, Barney would use the Sharingan.
Yeah.
Andy would have the fall. Well, okay, what are you guys doing? What? How are you guys doing?
What have we been up to?
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Not a whole lot this weekend. Or this
Oh,
week.
that makes hold up, that makes Happy Days Boruto.
Oh, it does.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Hold on, where's that put Gomer Pyle, United States Marine
Oh,
Corps?
that's interesting. Is that like that? Is that samurai show he tried to do?
Oh
That's,
yeah.
Samurai 8, or is that Rock Lee and Mike Guy's adventures?
Oh no, that's Rock Lee, my guy's adventures.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they
like
took the beloved, the fan favorite characters and just gave them their own thing.
yeah,
Exactly. And it's more goofy.
it is more goofy. Yeah, so like what just in your weeks thinking about it.
Oh yeah. Not a whole lot of stuff this weekend or this week. I've just been playing a shit ton of Wario World 3.
Yeah,
And I can't
Wario
stop
World.
because I didn't know there was so much content in that game.
Those games are great. Those games are so great, and then Nintendo stopped making them, so people said,
Yeah,
"We'll
for
do
some
it."
reason.
No,
And then I've got Pizza Tower loaded up, and now once I finish Wario World, that's the next on the list.
I've been doing some of the Achievos in Pizza Tower, and they've been pretty fun. It's like that's because the challenges are legitimately like, oh, try to do something in this level, like beat it without falling into lava, and you're like,
Oh
okay.
my god, I love that. I love that so much. That sounds great.
Yeah, because there's all like ranks, and it's fun. There's the S rank, and then the beyond it is the P rank for pizza.
Yeah, of course.
The pizza.
Yeah, you get the P rank if you no hit a boss, which is also fun because your taunt is a parry, and that changes how you approach those boss fights. It makes them like doable when you're like, okay, some of these attacks are really hard to dodge, so I just parry them. And
You throw a pizza at them, you're good.
yeah, well, you got to do your pizza taunt.
Oh, okay, so no, hold up. We have to step back and look at the fact that Kevin is so engrossed with Pizza Tower that he is willingly engaging with a parry mechanic.
That says a lot. That's why it's on the short list for my games of the year. Super Lesbian Animal RPG may surpass it. That game continues to deliver.
I saw you playing it. I'm like, okay, this actually looks pretty neat.
It's
This
good. It's funny. It's great. I've drawn 2 pieces of fan art for it.
I've seen them.
Unprompted. Like that game, like it's there's twist. Like the story is good. I'm just waiting. Like I can't give complete judgment because I want to finish it. I need to know how it ends. But I have confidence that thing's going to end pretty solid. That's going to determine whether it goes above or below Pizza Tower, my personal list. But like Pizza Tower's hard enough to crack.
I will say one thing. I have been playing. I played a little bit of Forspoken.
How is that?
Not bad, honestly. It plays fun. The mechanics are neat. I like the spells. Only downside is just them talking so much.
I feel like
it literally angers me after like 30 minutes, and they won't shut up. So you have to turn it off in the options.
Yeah, it seems like they quote unquote punch it up to add more quips when they really should not have punched it up to add more quips.
They didn't punch it up. They set it to max.
Oh.
It is. If it didn't have any of that, I'd say, oh, great game. Like,
even if it had
7.5 out of 10.
Even if it had a little bit of that. Like, I'm okay. I am okay with the occasional quip.
Yeah.
Like, if you got like 1 to 2 quips per 30 minutes or something.
No.
No, it's not.
Like a quip every 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's way too much.
It's also like
it's-
I'm guessing the lowest branch, the like
Yeah.
most
Yeah, no.
uninspired, least creative quip they could.
They're the worst.
We're talking about like.
I blame you,
substitute
Borderlands, for doing this to us.
Yeah, Borderlands, I think, poisoned a lot of people about like what is a funny in video games.
Also, Joss Whedon
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
for spoiling people about what is funny.
I think that's true. Well, like I think it's like the Marvel movie formula has like corrupted and corroded so much in terms of like
Yeah.
it feels like to the point now we're starting to get the rejection of it, where people
We are,
like,
and I even look at the latest Batman movie as a great example of like, oh look, they tried to make a real movie with Batman.
yeah, just make like a movie. I think like it's kind of like I think I saw one where it was like the top box office. It was like Creed, Cocaine Bear, like some Jesus movie, like the Demon Slayer movie, and like Ant-Man or something, and people are like, finally we're getting at least some diversity in film, where it's not like Marvel movie, it's like superhero movie and children's film, and that's it.
Yep.
It's like I just
Also, it's gonna be weird that Turning Red's probably not gonna win the Oscar for an animated movie this year.
yeah, get out of here, Pixar.
Yeah.
No, isn't that Disney?
I thought that was a Pixar.
No,
I don't know.
I think it is Disney.
I mean, it's
I'm
Disney either
telling
way,
Pixar,
but
get
now,
out of here.
It's Disney either way. Yeah.
but now I'm debating: is it a rectangle or a square?
Yeah.
I'm looking it
I don't know.
up. It might be-
What? Yeah. I'm saying. Sorry. What's Drew? What's your lock for best picture?
I need for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Probably Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I think they're gonna give it to that over Banshees.
I like Banshees more, but I agree with you. They're going to give it to Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, that's I'm not. It's like that's just a tough call. I don't even know
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
do
they're
like
both
Banshees.
great.
Yeah,
They're both great.
but like even I don't want to bring politics into
Do
the
it.
Secret Academy. But like also they've been getting so much shit about like not being politically like not being diverse and everything that I feel like they might kind of have to give it.
It's just coincidentally it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's the perfect out for the Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did that with Parasite, but that's also, that's being diverse in a different way.
Yeah.
No, that was for foreign film. This is for like
that's right.
minority actor.
How dare they make Parasite a foreign film and they put it in there? It's like there's like 3 other films that are from like the UK. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That actually kind of dovetails into the resurgence of the G4 clips. Like where it's been like it's like
You don't remember that, but I'm like, oh no.
I feel like I'm getting like Manchurian Candidate or whatever unlocked seeing those videos. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Okay. So I have not seen these clips.
Oh, it's
Like,
bad.
like I saw the tweet about like, oh, it's like you say like the what's his face says one thing and then suddenly you're bombarded with all the like tech TV like X-Play clips, and I'm like, that's my Twitter feed hasn't been bombarded with that. So
Well, then, but man, okay, so basically, like there was like a discussion over the story began when a review.
remember this is being recorded,
Yeah.
so try not to say any. Slurs.
Oh, I'm not gonna say any slurs. I'm not. Listen, I'm not that big of a quote unquote gamer. To slur.
Listen here.
You're not
I
good
really
at
hate
making
those.
girls. Okay.
So basically,
No, and it doesn't count if you say it.
oh, that is true.
You know, I'm clear to go. Mother.
No, please, please no. Please don't get that. But
You gotta attack other minorities.
Yeah.
okay, so like it started out with the Final Fantasy 16 interview that Skill Up did, where it was revealed that like in Japan, at least Yoshi P, director of 14 and creative guy, producer of Final Fantasy 16, like they consider the term JRPG like disparagingly. And people were kind of confused about that because over here we were like, no, that just means from Japan, but Japan sees it as like trying to say it's like a lesser role playing game because you're
Yeah.
saying like, oh, and people were like, well, why is that? And then the discussion went to like game journalism from like we'll just call it like 2004 to like 2010, around there. Are we? If you want to,
The Bush era.
yeah, we'll
gaming.
say, or let's just say when G4 had relevancy, we can say that.
G4 Tech TV.
Yeah, this is. I was gonna say this is when G4 people actually watched G4 in that kind of era, where it was like, it was the height of that.
You had to watch TV to get your video game news.
Yeah, this was the 360. We're like I'm gonna say like the GameCube to 360 era, and people were like, a lot of the game coverage in there was weirdly xenophobic, and they started posting like interviews and stuff where people were like, a lot of like, not a lot, but there's a chunk of reviewers and stuff that just did not like Japanese games and or games from Japan.
Yeah.
Like really didn't like it. And that culminated with people posting like X-Play reviews and skits that we would define now in the most charitable terms as Newgrounds-esque humor.
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh boy, that's a 2006 take.
Can't say that anymore.
No, you can't.
Yes.
And there's like a lot of them. And people were going like, okay, and the response is that I think Adam Sessler responded on Twitter and he like tripled down. Where he did not say like, listen, that was a bad taste and a sign of the times. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna get into this. I was right.
It's funny now and it'll always be funny.
I think that
I am a genius.
it was along the lines of, I'm not gonna get into a fight over your jerk off anime games. And we're like, uh-oh.
Okay, on one hand, he's right. I'm not going to get into fights with people's jerk-off anime games.
That's true.
But secondly, that's a huge reduction of a wealth of.
This
video
isn't like a
games.
one, but this isn't like this.
This isn't Hentai Survivor.
No, we're not
No.
talking about like the crap where like I give people where they're like, they censored my panty game. They censored Galgun for the. No, this is just like random JRPG.
Yeah.
This is like
This is
digital.
This is the Tales series.
This was Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. This is not like the porno game.
This is Yakuza.
And you're looking at it, you're like, oh no. Oh dear. And it's just really interesting. I thought that
Either
like
die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
It was them talking about Naruto and the Zatch Bell games
yeah, oh.
with anger and disgust.
Oh, they were not thrilled. And it was like,
No.
because I can almost understand why one of those kind of game reviewers would not like role play, like a 90-hour role playing game when you're trying to review like 10 games or whatever. I get it. I could get that would breed you hate when you're like, all right, here's your review. You need to play Call of Duty.
And you need to play all of it.
You need to play, let's say, all of like Tales of Vesperia. That game's like 70 hours long.
Yep. And we need the review by the end of the week because it drops.
Whereas
on
like
Tuesday.
the new Call of Duty, you rip through that campaign in 4 hours, you play multiplayer for 2 hours, you got enough to write your review. Also, that experience is probably pretty good, because like Call of Duty 4, that was pretty good. You played some Call of Duty, You're a game guy, game reviewer person. You get in there, you play it, you're done, you're out. Like the amount of it's kind of like the amount of time, like in Persona 5 or whatever, you would not have gotten out of like the tutorial in 10 hours. But it's
Yeah.
like it's weird. It's really, and there's like a lot of like it's just like it was a weird. It was one of those things where like looking back on it, you see a lot of like strangely xenophobic things and stuff where you would imagine like how did that sneak in? I think that's like the idea of like
It's because you were a kid and you weren't really thinking about at that time.
yeah, but it's also like I remember as a kid I liked a lot of like anime weeaboo games.
I'll also be like, this is how like art for me. This is how your grandparents and your sometimes other parents would talk about, the Japanese culture,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and you're just like, I guess that's how it is. So this is what the adults are telling me.
yeah, and it's just like it's very it's like it's really having to like examine your past. It's like
Yeah.
you're turning a light on something that in your brain was fine, and then you're like maybe it wasn't.
And to flip this into a positive story, I feel like that attitude is kind of what helped early Giant Bomb have such a different voice, since they were just doing a playthrough of Persona 4.
Yeah.
To expound upon that, I feel like the Persona 4 endurance run corrected their opinion on it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't think they were ever like anti like games from Japan, obviously. But I feel
Yeah,
like
no.
post that you can't say that Japanese like a role playing game from Japan I hope like as is like bad because you played all of it and we have video proof of you enjoying it and you did enjoy it. So you can't it's I think that's like to expose the quote unquote typical game to like yeah that there's also a point I feel like
Can we talk about the
talk about what you roboted out.
little game called Street Fighter Duel that
Okay,
finally came out
okay,
here?
what is that other than like one of those like Clash of Clans like Raid Shadow Legends things?
Okay, it's literally while you're doing nothing, it's still generating like money or in-game currencies and garbage, and then the only gameplay is just clicking.
Oh, so it's like Raid Shadow Legends.
Like you're not doing anything strategic. It auto
It's
battles. It's an auto chesser.
auto battler. Yeah,
I
okay.
would even no, I disagree. Auto chessers and stuff, you actually have to
So
like
here,
select your units.
oh, I got cut out. Have
It's
to wait.
okay.
Oh, you're good.
I'm gonna argue in favor of like auto chess and auto battlers because
See
at
if we
least
can
those you have to
see if we
like
can find a signal.
okay. I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
That's
I
fine.
don't think you can hear us.
Whatever, that's okay. I'm just gonna say I defend the auto chess because at
Can
least
you guys
there's-
hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear us? Hello.
No, I guess not.
Guess not.
Oh,
Well, okay, whatever.
you
Anyway,
put that in the chat.
yeah, I don't like those. It feels like one step removed from a clicker, but not enough. Yeah, we can hear you, Drew, but Drew might not be able to hear us.
No, listen. You want good game, good Capcom phone game. You play Tekken.
Yeah, or I think like there's Tekken, and then I still think Marvel Snap is a good phone game.
It is.
For
I
I think it is a good game for phones. And if you are the kind of person who's like, yeah, I'm gonna play something on my phone at lunch, I think that is
I can't.
like,
Yeah, I can't say it's a bad game, but I
no.
can't say it's a great game. It's right in the middle.
I put the
For me, at
qualifier
least.
of phone game and I put this as like a benefit instead of a drawback. Like I would not like the reason I stopped playing Marvel Snap is because for me, like I'm not in a position where I can just be like, you know what? 15 minutes, I'm gonna play like 3 games of this. Like when I want to sit down to a card game, I want to sit down and I want a card game.
It's getting put out by Crunchyroll.
What?
Yeah, the Street Fighter game. It's from Crunchyroll Games.
Crunchyroll's doing the Street Fighter?
Huh? It's odd. It's really odd.
What? Crunchyroll is like bizarre. Like, I feel like Crunchyroll for a while was like swinging and winning, and now they're just taking constant L's.
They are.
Like it really feels like it's like I used to be like, yo, Crunchyroll's like doing it really good, and now they're like unusable. Like I feel like it's they've removed like all the stuff. Like it used to be new episode comes out, you can watch it that week, and then it would go to like free for everyone else. And now it's like everyone gets one episode, and now it's like premium forever.
It's every streaming service is like doing the we're ahead. Let's change the rules so we can make more money.
Yeah,
instead of let's keep it the same because that's what everyone wants.
Well, it's the threat. It's like, all right, we've done it enough to get you in. Now let's keep you forever. It's that kind of thing I just don't like. Where like the idea is instead of like trying to make something good, we're just trying to keep you away from something else. Like that's the new plan. It's not. It's like never. Like we don't need to make good content. We just make enough so that you can't watch anything else. And I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it.
Oh yeah. Do we want to talk about the IGN? Hey guys, they're going to remake BioShock. We gave it this rating.
Oh, that was
what do you
fascinating.
think it deserves?
That was really interesting. We're like we taught like the re-examination of BioShock, because that also kind of goes with like the X-Play, like late aughts. That kind of, I'm just gonna call it the 360 era. We're like, and I think it might be BioShock Infinite as like the poster child of game I feel like that era of video game journalists loved. Where it's like vaguely story. There's like the 2-person Call of Duty-esque shooting. You have enough of like you're watching a movie that's being like enough political where you can feel good about yourself, but not really doing anything that like there's no message there. And then it ends with like the multiverse plot that try to make you feel smart. Like I feel like that game is hand tailored for like a game review outlet to give it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You're back, Drew. We're talking about the re-examination of BioShocks. And now I feel that BioShock Infinite, it was like tailor-made for like that era of 360 game journalists to give it like a 9 or a 10. Because thinking back on it, like it is such a downgrade from BioShock 1 and 2. Which I didn't tweet it, but I would give BioShock 1 and 2 both an 8 out of 10. I think BioShock 2 plays a little better, but doesn't have as like the highs in BioShock 1 are higher, but the lows are also lower. But both of them would be about a 10. Because that final boss in BioShock 1 sucks. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Like everything after you kill Andrew Ryan, and spoilers for BioShock 1. Everything.
Oh, spoilers for
all of BioShock.
Game.
Yeah, spoilers for all of BioShock. Everything after you kill Andrew Ryan is like terrible. Whereas in BioShock 2, like the shock, but like the twist and stuff, like the novelty was gone, but the gameplay worked better. Like I liked how you had your power on one hand and your gun on the other.
I don't know, that story was awful. I cared not enough about Infinite to even give it a thought. I rented it one day, finished it, and then I returned it.
See, because I bought it partially because I was fooled, because I thought I was going to get like BioShock like another one of those kind of like you're exploring the city immersive sim games. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get that.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I liked Bioshock 1 and 2. That's kind of what they were. That vague, give me some more Deus Ex kind of flavor because we haven't
Yeah.
had. And that game
And it's
was,
the new one, so we're gonna get way more choices, way more stuff that'll like affect the story. No.
yeah. And it was like, nah. In fact, you're not. In fact, there's no X. It's just you're going from like walking around set piece to combat arena to walking around set piece. There's not that like scrounging together gameplay that I really like in that kind of.
Okay, so who wants to make the meme of like Bioshock 1, Bioshock 2, Bioshock Infinite, Marvel versus Capcom 2, Marvel versus Capcom 3, Marvel Infinite?
Oh,
No, yeah.
there's something there. There's
Honestly, any game that has infinite usually doesn't do well.
That's true. Infinite is a
You know
dangerous
what?
word.
I'll fight back on that. Infinite Warfare was okay,
But
but just the story.
so like no, I think you could say like Infinite putting that on your game is asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Because like I think Marvel Infinite playing is a great game.
Yep.
But a lot of everything outside of whenever you're going had problems, severe problems. But when you were playing that game, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and there's so don't put infinite in your game. It's not a good idea. You can put endless. That's okay.
Yeah. Endless Space.
Endless space
3.
was fine. You put endless. Everything's okay. Just don't put the word infinite. It's a taboo word.
Curse.
It's a cursed. But yeah, I thought that was. It's just Bioshock. I'm just so ugh. And then I didn't know about the Bioshock like DLC, the Bioshock Infinite DLC, which like tries to retroactively ruin Bioshock 1 and 2 by saying that Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite went like back in time and caused Rapture. Like she went back in time and tried to like cause the downfall of Rapture to kill one of the Comstocks. I'm like, that is so stupid. I am angry. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying? Because it wanted to be like, remember
Hey,
Rapture.
remember Bioshock?
Remember Cohen? Remember that like that level where you had to do like the mad magician performer? Well, now you get to see him. He's back. Remember Fontaine and Atlas? Now you're going to like his little
Member berries.
yeah.
Member?
I
hate
God,
that.
stupid member berries. Kind of tangentially going off of member berries. I did watch like the new episodes of South Park, and man, they're not good.
I tried to. I couldn't.
They're not funny.
I-
That's my
yeah.
most damning. Like regardless of everything else, they're just not funny. Like I feel like I'm watching the bland from a show where the appeal was that it was on the cutting edge of humor. I'm watching like the blandest milk toast thing I've seen.
No. The only thing funny about it is two corporations fighting over who gets the rights.
That
to
is funny.
That's hilarious.
Where it's like Paramount and HBO are like
No,
fighting.
guys, this isn't Simpsons or Family Guy. You don't have to fight over this. No one cares.
I think people cared. It's just that they're fighting over a brand and a back cat. No, not even a back catalog because that's not the streaming way anymore. I forgot.
It's the new stuff.
Yeah, because the new streaming way is that we just delete our back catalog, which is like one of the selling points of your streaming service was a big back catalog. Like, yo, you want to watch every episode of whatever?
Toby Gillis.
Of course I do. Well, too bad. We've taken it off
gone.
because
Yo, it's gone. Basically, it goes away, and then like Tubi or whatever like sneaks in and like we'll take it.
It's like we'll buy this for cheap.
Oh, you got the Steve McQueen Western Wanted Dead or Alive that no one wants. We'll give you $5 for it.
You've got all of Columbo.
Yeah, well, Yeah, we'll take it. We'll put here's $10. We'll take all of Colombo.
Oh wait, hold on, Drew. What happened?
Oh, I don't know. It just
Died.
my service just died, and it was sitting there. It said like LE plus, and I was like, well, that should be good enough for Discord, but Discord just said connecting, connecting,
Yeah.
connecting. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I
doing
drove
it.
to the other part of the parking lot, and it still just said connecting, and then I closed Discord. And then that tweet actually sent instead of being like, oh, we can't send this. And I'm like,
Hold
okay, I
on a
don't know,
second.
whatever. We're back.
That was the
Street
aliens.
Fighter Duel is bad.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I wanted to say, in defense of the auto battler thing, there is some gameplay in which you have to like select your characters from a draft. So it's like you're actually trying to build a team like a deck building game instead of just buying it from a store and then putting it out there and doing nothing. Well, it just kind of goes.
So this is also still a deck building game too, because all the characters have an element attached to them.
But do you get them per match or do you get them in like a store?
You get them in a store.
Yeah, that's the difference. And like team fight, whatever, you get them every match. Everyone goes in with like a pool, and you have to pick them. So you're not
Yeah,
paying for the characters.
this is just aimed to like make you pointlessly have it running all the time and grinding it.
I don't like that. We also we did talk about how that's apparently Crunchyroll's in there and the downfall of Crunchyroll. How like I felt like Crunchyroll was really doing it, and now they're just like garbage. I think it's
But also, this might be like the best source of Street Fighter information, because like every character, every time you level them up, gives you more of their backstory, and it's like detailed backstory too.
oh, so it's like the lore.
Yeah.
So the Street Fighter Vati Vidya has to play the mobile game to get the lore video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the darkest timeline. That,
Also, did you know Street Fighter V? They were originally going to put DeCaprio in instead of Cammy.
that would have been cool. I would have liked that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everyone been like, oh, that's neat. One of the dolls. I also think what else was I gonna say? I'm just looking at the spider outside my window.
Mm.
There's like a little jumping spider or something outside my window, and it crawls around, and it's very distracting. I see it. Yeah, but anyway, you said Hitman. Are you playing some Hitman?
Yeah. So, have you guys played or watched any World of Assassination? World of Assassins?
I have not.
What?
I played through. I think like the
So
new Hitman.
The Hitman trilogy has now been cobbled together into one giant game called World of Assassination, but it also comes with this new campaign mode, which turns Hitman into a roguelite,
Okay.
where like it'll be like, okay, here are the possible missions like you can pick from, and like you'll look at them and there'll be like 4 stages, and like, okay, you got to do all 4 of these. And there's stages from the game, of course, because that IOI is very good at that. And then, but instead of it being like the mission character you're supposed to kill, it'll be 2 random NPCs in that stage that
Okay.
it'll like inform you about that you have to like murder because they're like syndicate leaders.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the last stage of it, then it'll be like, okay, here's 4 potentials, here's 5 potentials, here's 9 potentials, and here's like the list of traits that your target has. So you have to like observe them in their like routines and be like, oh, okay, okay, we got glasses, necklace. Okay, they're a snacker, they're a reader. Okay, this is my target.
Then you gotta hit him with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, and so it's and you get like the Hitman's house, and you steadily unlock new rooms of it, and you can decorate it.
Oh, neat.
And so I've been watching Nextlander play it too.
Well, yeah, that was always good. Like the Giant Bomb Cruise
Mm-hmm.
Hitman's runs. That's like
Yeah,
Oh, the Sheik.
and it's yeah. Yeah.
I,
But so that's been very enjoyable. So I downloaded Hitman because it was a free PlayStation game a year ago or whatever.
Yeah, that's when
And
I played it when it was on PlayStation Plus for like a while, and I played through it. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
so it took me 40 minutes last night to beat Paris.
Did
But
you do you use the story hints or no story hints?
no, I don't. I'll probably play through a Story Hints version once or twice. But a lot of it is like I've watched Giant Bomb do so much stuff. Like going into that, I'm like, oh, I know I can just become Helmut Kruger.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
I don't need to listen to stuff. I've watched enough Hitman that I kind of know what the story hints are if I want to do them.
Oh, I see.
Um, but so it was like a slow thing of like, okay, I finally from the balcony shot the like one guy as he's on the catwalk, and like, and then it turned into like, okay, I'm compromised in almost every uniform. This is great. I need to get to the third floor. Okay, all the stairs have people posted on them. That's impossible. And then it just turned into, oh, I found some submachine guns and I just gunned her down.
Yeah, that is
And
my
then I got
favorite.
out of there.
That is my
great
favorite in
job.
every stealth / assassination where you're trying to do it the sneaky right way, and you just say screw it, and you just shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple Dishonored levels that were like that, where it's like, here's this fancy, elaborate plot, and I'm like, I'm just gonna teleport in and just stab them, and then teleport
It,
away.
it's the opposite of what I think about like Bowser watching Mario in a like Mario 64 speedrun of him being like, oh god, oh no. And this is like, I'm the most elite stealthy hitman who's ever been made to hitman. And then it's like, oh my god, as you just like Andy Dick stumble your way through the level.
Well, because to me, that adds the narrative that that is the most. Your bumbling hitman is the most greatest hitman that's ever. Everyone else is worse. Everyone else doesn't even get in the room. They're outside on the runway, just like running around.
cut to you like you just gunned them down. You're running to escape. Fucking everyone's after you. Great job, Seth. Great job,
Great job, Agent Job
13. You've gotten it.
Some guys just at like the wrong, the wrong fashion show.
He just strung up in the blinds, just like, ah!
They got me. See, I like that's my hitman canon
Oh,
of why
man.
whenever you bumble through something, you're still the greatest that ever was.
Yeah. Some random guy walks to the door while you're trying to change clothes and you just cap him in panic.
Yeah.
Oh god.
There's just they just open up the door to the bathroom and there's like 40 pile of 40 dudes in there. Like, oh.
I didn't know where else to put them.
But would that be more or less intimidating for like an assassination POV? Like there's always like the silent, you never know they got in and got out. But then there's the one where like you know they were there, they did it and escaped, and their evidence is all over the place.
Oh, like
want-
Rambo, where
Yeah.
they murdered their way through the entire base.
Like killing like 50 dudes is a lot.
Yeah.
Our
And he
guard
did it in such a way that he didn't trigger a full lockdown.
No.
like I don't think you understand how many people ate. Like we thought the security of 8 armed guards was a lot, and they're all dead. They're gone.
No signs of struggle either.
It seems they're all stabbed, but there's no bladed weapon in it. It looks like they're all stabbed with the same knife
What?
and thrown. It was thrown directly into their head.
Except for Tony, who has a fire axe.
Yeah, like out of his
sticking out of his
face.
back.
Like that's an image. Like to me, that's when you're like, okay, I'm out of the Illuminati.
I'm going straight.
Yo, we're out. We're done. We out.
No, it's too late though. If you're part of the Illuminati, that means you know secrets that someone wants to hide.
That I'll
Look, I won't say anything, but I don't want to get killed by this guy.
I don't want
please.
to be murdered super hard.
Well, I'm just gonna post this video to YouTube of me cutting my own tongue out as proof that I won't talk.
I'm just gonna post like I'm gonna ruin my credibility of whatever Illuminati to make me worthless now. I'm gonna post like some drunken ramblings.
I'm just gonna post all the secrets right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure, you can't come after me
The
if I
Malcolm
don't
in the
know any
middle.
They're
secrets.
already there. They're
Mutually
already out.
self-assured destruction. I'll post them all to say they're deep fakes. I'm just gonna treat a live video feed of my dick and say if it's a deep fake.
I'm gonna deep fake it to look like me.
I don't like. Okay, so did we talk about those Collider people doing their video? Was that last week, or did?
No, that happened
No.
since last podcast.
Okay.
The like crappy anime thing.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
I
not
like-
even anime. It's just rotoscope.
Yeah.
Like it. It's
No, I
worse
used to
than
like stuff they've
rotoscoping.
done. This is the worst thing they've done. No, Joel. What's it, Joel Haver? He has better rotoscoping.
Of course he does, because he
He's the
actually
master
draws
of it.
some of it. Like from what he does, like he does the which is the guy who did like the Dark Soul. You've seen him.
Yeah.
The one with, I think the most famous one was like the one where he talked about like playing an RPG the first time and you kill the rat and then you go to the town and it turns out that was like the town's pet rat or something. And like the ghoul was just some guy's son who like,
Yeah.
like he's in the dungeon and he kills like a rat and a ghoul and it was like, that was my son. He has a skin condition.
Oh.
And he's like, oh.
And
All
see,
right, resetting the game.
That's why RPG, like good tabletop ones, say you don't use monsters' names when you describe it.
Yep. Never do it. Just describe it. You
Make
approach,
your,
you see
make
a
your
thing.
players draw their own conclusions.
Oh.
Make them do it. Unless they know
No,
monsters. But yeah.
And it was pretty much just like a TikTok filter that they built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using references from Vampire Hunter D.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But it's like, I know it's kind of clickbaity and it's bad, but to me it's just like, I think it's like, there's like I think what people don't like the most about that kind of thing, other than it being like an affront to drawings everywhere,
Yeah.
is
The artists.
It's the smugness. There's like a sense of
it's the article of like, finally art is being democratized, and it's like, y'all motherfuckers could have just been learning to draw.
You could draw. It doesn't even have to be good. There's been many examples
Yeah.
where people post like One Punch
Yeah.
Man and like Tails gets trolled. Hell, even my own drawings that people seem to like. Like, you don't have to be like Picasso or Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
You could just
really
draw a
don't.
funny picture and people will like it.
Yep. It just needs emotional resonance.
You don't. Yeah.
But those people want big titties. They want.
they're not
they don't
even
even-
good. I've seen some of that
Yeah, no.
stuff. It's terrible.
Yep.
Whenever.
Yep.
It's all the same titty.
All right. I
And
got
that's what's upsetting me.
All right, because this is going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up with some real stuff here. I hate it when I'm looking through the sites and the tags of the stuff I like, and when the AI art starts showing up because someone submitted it to the gallery. It's terrible.
Yep.
That's not what I
why,
want.
if use Pixiv, and then Pixiv, like, it will ask you. It's like, hey, how do you feel about AI art? And you're like, don't show me AI art. That's how I feel about it. It's like, oh, okay.
It's not good. I would rather watch those terrible 3D comic porns than the AI art. You
God,
know the
like-
ones.
Yeah.
Those are terrible. I hate them. Whenever you see them, because you'll see the preview when you're scrolling, you're like, ah. But I'd rather see that than like AI image anime woman. You're like, ugh, that's repulsive on a different
And
level.
like the hands are always bad.
The hands are bad. It's just, oh man, get out of here. That's how we're ending it, because I gotta go. Remember, kids, sort your tags. Later days.
Later days.